Where was I? Oh yeah, Bigfoot. I was in Alaska, and what had happened was, it's gone to another place recently because we've been looking back over the footage, but I had just finished making my scene about gathering all the grass and stuff like that, and what really happens in Survivorman is I make my scene, and then I spend 5 hours doing the thing. You know, building the shelter, pulling the grass up, what do I gotta do? So I turn the cameras off, like, I gotta get busy. When we look back at the footage, you can see me doing my scene to camera, and you see me pulling the grass up, and every once in a while I'm going, and back to it. And it gave me chills up my spine when we watched the footage again. It's like, look at me, look at me right there. I keep stopping, and I keep looking at the bush, and I remembered later, it's like, I was kept hearing, now I'm thinking grizzly bear. Of course, there's going to be a grizzly bear out there, right? That's natural. And so, anyway, I stopped filming, I put the camera away, and I'm just gathering my, then I hear a big crash. And this crash is from me to the sound booth. It's like 50 yards away. And I froze. And I'm still thinking grizzly bear at this point, and I'm looking over at the camera that's over there, and I'm like, oh, I get the camera on, turn it on, right? But I don't want to move, because whatever it is really close, and I can tell. And then all of a sudden I heard, I'll try to imitate it, but it's a little difficult. I heard this. Now, I don't think there's a large population of great apes in Alaska. But I can't actually do it any justice because it was way louder and deeper. And get this, it went on 5 more times. So loud, just right like that. Sorry, Ryan. And it was so loud, and I froze. And I don't know why. I honestly can't remember what I was thinking, but I knew it wasn't a moose. And I know what it sounds like when a black bear barks, and it was not that. It wasn't a wolf. Finally, I moved to get my camera up, and as soon as I did, I heard crash, bang, smash in a few locations. Off and then crash, splash, gone off into the bush. And I'll remain as a skeptic in this story, but I can tell you that I know what a moose and a wolf and a bear sounds like, and it didn't sound like anything like that. It sounded like a big great ape. But I was in Alaska. I was not in the Congo. And so, and then we are now looking at the footage back. Because people said, have you ever noticed, and certain scene, if you look in the back behind you, which was like 4 hours before you did the whole Bigfoot thing. So we're looking at the footage right now, trying to see what we can see. But it was an intense experience, and that was not the first time that I had a similar experience like that. So, I said this today with a group of kids. I think the thing about Sasquatch and Bigfoot is you can say to someone, do you believe in Bigfoot? And the answer is, yeah, no. Because it's embarrassing to answer that question. But like the silicon fish, and maybe the giant squid, and the skunk ape, which were all believed to be myths and legends, and all shown to be real, if you say, well, what if potentially Gigantopithecus, which is a bipedal great ape, could exist in tiny little pockets around the world and be responsible for thousands of anecdotal references and DNA samples that say ape species but unknown in North America, and could be in tiny little pockets in remote forest locations all around the world. That's a different question to ask. So I just remain skeptical about it, but I know what I heard, and my poor imitation of it, that's what it was. If I'm going to imitate a moose, I'm going to go, ooh, like that. And if I'm going to imitate a bear, I'm going to do something else. But, I imitated a great ape because that's what I heard in Alaska.